folks. Dave Tomlinson here, and my friend.
Hello, Robert Endicott here.
No, my friend Robert has said, but you'll have to do tonight. So we're here. We're actually recording this the night before Middlesbrough, after the weekend that was. So we'll make all sorts of predictions about Middlesbrough. And obviously, you'll know all about what's happened. Now, it can either be bad, good, or indifferent, but we'll be talking mainly about the weekend. So I can't even remember. I'm trying to shut it out, Rob. So Luton, I think you said it was going to be difficult. I'm not sure it should have been difficult, but go on.
I sometimes get it right, mate. Yeah, I'm just not surprised. And they're in decent form. I mean, they won 3 of the last 5. It's better than our form.
That's not hard, though, is it, eh?
Well, we've only lost 1 in about 24, in fairness.
Yeah, but how many wins have we had? About 1 in 5 or 6, is it? Something like that.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's all about timing, isn't it? And it's just, I think, I said this before, but I think it was a good point on Saturday, but not at a good time. In other words, they battled. I don't know. I was sort of relieved. I thought we'd win it after getting the equaliser. I was sort of relieved. I can see where Farker's coming from, saying never underestimate an away point. But the point is there. The issue is you've got to win your home games, and we didn't do that against Swansea, so we're in the fucking shit at the moment. Excuse my language.
No, Rob, we're still in the driver's seat because just remembering they've got to play each other. I'm working on the basis our goal difference will still be better. So all we've got to do is win every single game, and we're certainly going up. So and we know that's going to happen, don't we?
Yeah. So why are we talking about it then? See you in May.
See you in May.
Premier League.
May the 4th be with you in all that shit. In the Premier League. I thought no, let's not go there. But I suppose it felt like just been odd game. It felt like Tanaka got muscled out of it a bit. Certainly for their goal, he and Nonto got muscled out. I think we were spare at the back. But let's concentrate on the upsides, Rob. So I thought Darlow had a really good. I thought Darlow had a good game. I thought actually the start when he caught and then threw it out. That's exactly what you want from the keeper. I thought he was catching really well. I'm not sure about his theatrical dive at the goal, but I thought he was played really well. If he'd had all that all season, we'd certainly been better off. But do you want to just say a little bit about Darlow, Rob?
Yeah, I thought he had a good game. Yeah, I thought he did fine. And I think it was clear that not only were the fans more confident in him, but I think his teammates were as well.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's football, isn't it? I think the majority of us would have dropped Meslier earlier in the season. But not everyone would agree with that. A good old mate of mine who used to play in goals said, be careful what you wish for. And I said, what? You actually would not pick Darlow? I said, no, I'd stick with Meslier. So obviously you were wrong. And, it's. I think it was a good decision at last, but that's the trouble. It could be too late.
And I suppose the other part, it looks like Rothwell might not play again, or he's going to be 3 or 4 games into he's out. And Mr. Boot, Sexy Pirate, I don't know if he'll play. I don't know. What do you reckon? Have you heard anything about Strike?
Only what I've heard. Strike, I call him. But,
Strike.
Pascal. Anyway, whatever I've heard is just this afternoon, which I think everyone else has heard that is out for 2-3 weeks, is it?
3 weeks.
I can't be, can it? Maybe 2 games.
That's half the games, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and Rothwell might be back for the last 2 games, but what are the last 2 games?
Who knows?
Semi-finals and
No, Robert, not the playoffs, please, not the playoffs. But I suppose that means, well, I think it must mean Ampadu at the back, and they do say Ampadu alongside Rodon. Actually, it's a better pairing. He seems to get more out of Rodon. I'm not sure about that, but what's your view about how we'd cope around it, and/or Ampadu at the weekend?
Well, I think Gruev will definitely come back in. Ampadu, everyone says, we do better when Ampadu's in defence, but we didn't buy him as a defender. And I have no issues with Strike. Obviously, he's not available for the next couple of games. So Ampadu it is, and fingers crossed it'll be fine. We've got decent strength in depth for the defence, weirdly enough. But I don't like admitting it, but one of them's Verba.
Yeah.
Third goal as well. But anyway, we seem to be doing all right. But
Fuck.
that goal was horrible, wasn't it, on Saturday?
Yeah.
I think we did. I think we did well to fight back. And I
But,
think really, yeah, we should have shaded it as well. We should have won it.
well, you would have
I'm
thought.
not saying
Go
that
on.
that miss by. I don't think that miss by Solomon was that bad at all. To be honest,
It's not that. It's just more
very
the
difficult.
frustration, I suppose. So it's this bit about having got back at the time they did. I certainly thought they'd go. I was actually quite confident that we'd come back. I thought we were letting them rough us out of it a bit, and that bloody forward, he was a bit nasty, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like players like that, but I thought we allowed them to bully us out of it. But I suppose a couple of other things. So Nyonto, how do you think that went? It was a bit of a disappointing for me, but also Bamford back. Just give us a take on the two of them.
Nonto was very disappointing.
Was.
I'd like to say it was a shock, but to be honest, it wasn't. I think we were all getting a little bit too giddy that it was selected, and now we realise, or maybe we remember why he was dropped as well, because he's inconsistent, and he was not good on Saturday. Certainly first half, and he lost the ball at bad times as well, which is a real shame. I still would pick him in favour of Aronson, though, in all honesty. Bamford, I thought Bamford looked okay. And I think it's crossed. He might build on it and not get injured.
Well, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? But I suppose it's this thing about what always seems to happen. Whoever's not playing seems to do the best out of the games, doesn't he? So I heard a commentator, an ITV commentator from what I gather, it's time to bring Aronson on. He's made for this game. Do you believe some people?
No.
Oh, that was very concise, very precise. And did you believe this thing about what's his face, Matteo Joseph? Was he ill or injured or something? But it was actually.
I heard it. I just heard the commentator say he was ill, so I just took it as true. Why is something else come out now?
No. I just wondered, because you get this thing about, I suppose, seeing the team. They talk about Rothwell out, and obviously we know about him, but also Matteo Joseph, because it was about, you see the thing, and it's about neither of them in the squad. You think, oh, he's finally seen the light or done something. But I thought Bamford was all right, because I think we played better with someone like Bamford than either of the other two. So even though he's been injured for forever, it seems like he just seems to suit the style. I thought he got every chance of scoring, and I just wonder what he's going to do, because he was playing then. It looked like Pirou at 10 and Bamford at 9. Was that your reading?
Yeah, I think you're right. I would agree with that. Yeah, but Bamford's not got a lot in his locker, so to speak, when it comes to variations on his play. He's almost like a typical striker. He's not been quick enough, he's not been sharp enough, and he's not been accurate enough, and he's certainly not been fit enough. But nevertheless, when we brought him on, we did change style a little bit, varied the tactics slightly, I think, and I thought he led the line all right.
Yeah, I did.
He wasn't brilliant. Come on, he didn't score, but he had a decent effort, and it looked like he was on it a little bit. Yeah. But most of the players looked a lot more interested, a lot more livelier. Sorry, better English, you see, in the second half as well. But it didn't turn out right, did it?
No, I did think the referees. Go on. I'm sorry, Rob.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, the referee wasn't great, was he? Because you're right, they did rough us up a bit, and I think we just walk up to that in the second half and started giving it back. It shouldn't be about that, should it? It shouldn't be about giving it back, get into them. It should be about better football team wins, and the better team, I think, in the second half certainly was Leeds, but it wasn't enough.
And I tell you what, that guy, was he the right back or left back? But the big tall bloke, the one that was taking the throw-ons, he was taking about 30 minutes over each throw-on. I mean, it's like, who wants to play like that where you're wasting time right for the start? I get where they are. I get they need the points, but it must be soul-destroying playing that type of stuff.
Tell you what, it must be soul-destroying for whoever's filming and editing when you hear all the abuse from the local gobshite Luton fans. Every time, I mean, it was superb.
Rob, how's it go? Do that again. Yeah.
That's the mouth. That's the abuse.
Yeah.
All the time. Fucking cunt, wanker. Please edit that. Please bleep me out, because I'm better than that. I know you won't believe it. But...
I suppose.
But it all went on. I would like to say something about
Go
Sky
on.
Sports coverage as well. Bear in mind, it was the 25th anniversary of the murders of Chris and Kevin in Istanbul. And the commentator for Sky for the Luton Leeds game was very respectful and considerate. And he actually was one of the few I've ever heard say, a professional commentator or pundit, whatever. One of the very few actually said murdered.
Yeah.
The lads were murdered.
Yeah.
And then come half time, advert break, Sky show, visit Istanbul. Fucking appalling. It's embarrassing. It's a scandal, mate. It's absolutely disgraceful. And I know people will say, well, they didn't know what they were doing, or people in the advertising department didn't know what they were doing, and certainly the pundits didn't, and the commentator didn't know. And I praised them because they did a good job.
Yeah.
But that is absolutely disgusting, man. Showing that any advert, it's horrendous. It's just totally dismissive and disdainful of everything that we were standing for, that we are about at the moment.
Yeah.
All those fans down there turned their back on the pit, on the play, obviously. They filmed that, they showed that on Sky, and then they showed that fucking advert.
Yeah.
Absolute cunts.
Yes. And I think, I tell you what, I was impressed after some of the teams played against Millwall, etc. Luton joined in absolutely. I think Luton fans were pretty good at that point in time. You don't normally get that, but it just felt really good to me. It felt really good, and I enjoyed that bit. But they were still bastards. They shouldn't have allowed them to be on the pitch with us, the naughty chaps. It was disgraceful. But I suppose going on a bit, Rob. So, as I said, this will go out after the Middlesbrough game. So, what do you reckon? Or no, put it the other way. What would you do? Would you go with the same team? Would you change the team? What, given where we are, I know you don't predict what he do, but what would you do given Saturday?
Well, he's got to change the team because Strike's out.
Yeah, but okay then. So what would you do?
I would. It's a difficult one. I can't actually believe I'm going to say this, but I think Aronson probably would be more useful than Nonto tomorrow night because it's an away game and his pressing and his energy is better than Nonto's. Having said that, Nonto's a much better player all round, I'd say. But Grave's going to come back in, pretty sure. So it'll be Grave and Tanaka in midfield, won't it? In the centre.
So on that, do you think I'm taking from that you'd see Aronson playing the away games because the pressing, maybe Nonto in the home games, or have I read that wrong, Rob?
No, you haven't read it wrong. We've only got 6 games left, so it's not like I've just brought out this new strategy. I just think for this moment in time, that's possibly the way I would go forward. And I don't like Aronson as a player, but I respect his commitment, even though that's been a little bit suspect even recently as well. But I think he could have more of an effect in a tough away game where we need to do a lot of pressing, and Nonto's not that sort of player. It's just my opinion. I'd accept whatever Farker does because we're all on the same side, aren't we? Despite what a lot of people accuse Farker. Well, we still want us to win.
We are, but we did get a comment. What are you two on about Farker in the First Division or the Premier League or wherever? And I said, well, no. Just be really clear here. We're not saying we think he'll do well in the Premier League. We're just saying it'd be grossly unfair to get rid of him if he got us up. So, there was a comment around that, but just really interesting these. So the next 4 afterwards, 3 of them are at home. And I just wondered that might have an impact on what happens next. But I suppose just turning to the other 2, Burnley won, came from behind, Jadon Anthony playing better than he ever did for us, or more productive than he ever was for us. But then we got Hamface. He wasn't expecting that, was he? Do you want to just talk a bit about those 2 and where you see the season now with 6 games left?
I think Burnley spawned it against Coventry, didn't they? That winning goal was horrendous. I haven't watched it, I was just keeping up to speed on the stats while we're watching the Luton Leeds game. So Yeah, you got to think. Well, I'm pretty sure the bookies agree that Burnley are favourites now to win the
Do
league.
they? Do they?
And then I think we're second favourites, which I'm surprised at. But I've been saying it though. We've got Oxford, and I've been saying there's not one easy game. It's. I know the
Well,
league table suggests that there will be, but any team that's fighting for something, and any team that's got actually a modicum of self-respect about them, they're going to run the bollocks off, and that's exactly what I expected from Luton, and it's what I expect from the rest of them. The easiest game I said for us was the Swans game, and we cocked that up, didn't we?
yeah, yeah.
So
I
I
think
don't
it.
know. It's going to be edge of the seat,
I know.
roller coaster, tenterhooks, bollocks,
I think it's this
any other cliche.
when a team's playing for promotion or playing to avoid relegation, that's got a one dynamic. But you've also got when there's no pressure on them, it's got a different dynamic, and none of them are easy. I mean, this division, it's not easy. It's good that we've been able to make it look until the last month or so easier as it has been. But you can bet this either way. I can see us maybe winning 5 of the 6, but equally I can see us losing 5 of the 6 the way it is at the minute. It's just that unpredictability. It's what I suppose it's the magic of being a Leeds fan, isn't it? Is that how you pronounce it? Magic?
Yeah, TR at the front.
Yeah, yeah.
Tragic.
Tragic.
I don't know. I can't see us losing 5.
Do you not?
I can't see the one I can see us losing is actually tomorrow night. I dread to think it if we do. Yeah, I'd absolutely love it if we won, if we beat them. Preston will be hard on Saturday because they're just like that. They're just horrible little team.
They are.
I don't mean little as in
they're unattractive,
nondescript club. Got a lot of time for Preston as a place, actually. Nice people, but nice history. But as a team at the moment, yeah, anti-football.
That's exactly the word, isn't it? Anti-football. It's like Uncle Football. Anti's his missus, anyway. But anyway. So, Rob, anything else we want to talk about? In this drab vortex, this limbo in between staying up, going down, whatever, and what that could mean. Anything else you want to chat through?
I just don't want to contemplate playoffs again, to be honest with you.
It'd be the worst of all possible worlds. But I did hear, actually, that what Fark was talking about when he said 100% being in the Premier League, people were saying he's softening us up for playoffs. Do you believe that? I don't believe that. What do you believe?
I've got a clue. I don't know what he meant by it, really. I didn't listen to it. It's just talk, innit? He's not going to say, I've got a feeling we might be all right, lads. He's going to say he's 100% convinced, isn't he? I mean, are we stupid? He's not going to say, you know what, I'm not as good a manager as I thought I was, and I know you lot agree with me. I'm actually pretty crap. So if we get to playoffs, I'm 100% convinced we'll have a chance playing in Premier League. But I'm shit, lads and lasses.
Wouldn't it be refreshing, though, getting someone that actually came on and said the truth instead of that? Yes. No, it's not going to happen, is it?
I like the guys, but, to comment on that criticism that apparently we've been given to say what's this about Farker in Premier League with Leeds. Let's just get there and then slag him off to high heaven. But let's just bloody get there. I don't understand people slagging him off for what he'll do in Premier League with Leeds. Let's just get there and let's worry about that. I mean, Jesus Christ, give him a chance. But if you don't get there, then he'll get out.
Then have him. Yeah. So I suppose put you on the spot, Rob. If you had to bet now, go up or not? Forget the playoffs, but let's just talk about automatic. Do you think go up or not automatic at this stage?
I can't say. I will say. I'll say yes, but I honestly can't tell you what I think will happen because I don't really. It's tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow, and it is in our hands because obviously those two have got each other to play. No, in our luck, they'll both win.
Both win that game. Yeah. Who was it? There was one. I saw something at the weekend. No, it was on the radio. This guy was saying, my son's a rabid Leeds fan, and he reckons, when Farker was talking
rabid or rabid,
whoever. Anyway, he's a mad keen Leeds fan, and he said, he was talking about his son. He was going, Farker's wrong. It won't be 100%. He was going 100%. They won't. Neither of the other two teams will drop a point before the end of the season. Does he understand football? This is Leeds fans. I forgot. Clearly not.
Clearly not. Yeah, clearly not.
Okay, Rob.
Simple arithmetic.
Yes, from this drab, depressing part of the world as it is at this minute, I think we should just go. Thank you.
Well, actually, no. I'd like to add a positive note, because whatever happens, Leeds fans, Leeds supporters will remain loyal and passionate. And if we don't go up, if the unthinkable happens and we don't go up and we stay in the Championship, just remember, at least we're not in the fucking Premier League, which is horrible. Regardless of how we would fare next, it's horrible. It's rubbish. They're ruining it. Even the pundits on Match of the Day 2 are now agreeing. They're ruining football, ruining Premier League with VAR. And was it another 6 minutes to decide a goal yesterday because somebody's fucking shin hair was offside or something like that. Yeah.
Do you remember the Bamford finger, Crystal Palace? Yes. His finger was over the line. What are you talking about?
I also remember that goal that Harry Kane scored after fucking ABH on Melier. Pummeled him and they get the goal and we lost 4-3. It wasn't an important game in the end, the result, but they're just assholes, aren't they? Just ruining it, just like them bastards on Sky with their advertisement at halftime. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling again, but I'm a little bit bitter, as you can tell.
However, we are Leeds. We will live through it. As you said, loyal to the end. Hopefully we go up. If we don't, never mind. Never mind. There's always next year. There always is, Rob, isn't there? Always next year, whatever happens.
Match on together, we do, mate. Okay. Yeah. What's the point?
Rob, I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to try this again. It's good night from me. No, forget it.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at you. You're supposed to say.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
That's what Ringo said.
Peace and love. Ching ching. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Cheers, mate. Cheers all. Thank you very much.